You wouldn't kill Charlie Kirk because he's the chairman of Turning Point USA. Like, who cares? You're right, maybe it was just a crazy person, but why kill him? A crazy person stabs a Ukrainian refugee on the train. Okay, that's what crazy people do. We know for a fact that the only thing Charlie Kirk was a provocateur, and he shaped debates about what's acceptable to say. So he was a political commentator. That was all he was. Charlie Kirk was killed purely for his political views, not because of a political office he held. And so you go back in history and you try to find how many of those people, how many of those tragic deaths are there. People will say, okay, Martin Luther King. Then you start looking at Malcolm X. You mentioned Malcolm X. Malcolm X was actually gunned down by members of the Nation of Islam. Yeah, like it was an inside job of the broader movement that killed Malcolm X. And then you go Harvey Milk, gay activist out of San Francisco who was a member of the city government, gunned down with the mayor. And actually, he was just gunned down by a disgruntled council person. Harvey Milk was not killed because he was a gay activist. He just wasn't. It was a disgruntled worker, who lost his job that day, went in and killed him and the mayor, who presumably got him fired. What I'm getting at is that this is really rare. What happened yesterday. To get killed purely for your political views, we just haven't had that in the United States of America in a very, very long time. And so I do think this is much bigger and more different from anything else.
In the spirit of, Charlie Kirk, say what you will about him, I think you're right. He was somebody who advocated civil discourse and he wanted to disagree with people and he had out there views. I think I might even call them extreme. But I would disagree with you just said. I think you're making the same mistake that a lot of other people are making, which is there was immediate, we don't have the shooter in cuffs yet. We don't know who the shooter is.
Yes,
we
I
don't
agree.
know the shooter's motives. And when you, one of the things that was most disturbing to me, and this also relates to the fact of social media in our lives, the immediate reaction on social media was disgusting on both sides. You had people on the left glorifying it, being like, oh, well, here's what you get for defending the Second Amendment and saying it's okay for people to die. I even saw one terrible tweet that was like, Charlie Kirk lost a gun debate today in Utah. It's like, oh my God, he literally died 2 minutes ago, guys. And then on the right, you had people coming out and saying, the left owns political violence. This is not just the woke left now. This is the entire left. The Democrats own this. The left has to be outlawed. We have to go at these people. There was a guy on Fox, one of the hosts on Fox News, saying Republicans are not radicalized, but they woke us the fuck up. We're going to go after the leftists now and get them all done. And it's we don't even have the person in cuffs. We don't know whether this was a crazy person. We don't know whether this was somebody trying to foment civil war. We don't know if it was somebody who hated Charlie Kirk. We don't know the motives there. And so I think on some level, to say that he was assassinated for his political views, we don't know. We don't know that he was assassinated for his political views. So that's my first
But that's all he had.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jacob, what I would just say is but that's all Charlie Kirk had. That's my point. He had nothing else. And what I mean by that is he didn't have an office. You wouldn't kill Charlie Kirk because, he's the chairman of
Turning Point, I think.
Turning Point USA. Who cares? So you're right. Maybe it was just a crazy person, but why kill him? A crazy person stabs a Ukrainian refugee on the train. Okay, that's what crazy people do. He might have been mentally unstable person, but that mentally stable person, we know for a fact that the only thing Charlie Kirk was a provocateur, and he shaped debates about what's acceptable to say. He pushed the boundaries of that. So he was a political commentator. That was all he was.